And now to Ipswich, where the floodwaters are expected to peak within this next hour. Ursula Hager is there with Mayor Paul Pasali. Ursula, what can you tell us? What's the latest?
Well, yes, I am here with Mayor Paul Pasali. And Paul, thank you very much for joining us at this difficult time. What is the latest advice for residents?
Well, stay calm. We know that the emotions are running high up to 2011, and we've got the evacuation centre opening. We're trying to get out to all the people now because the peak's going to be between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. You can see the river behind us. It's about 13.5 at the moment. We're hoping it's going to stop at 14. If it does that, we'll be the happiest man alive. But the Weather Bureau is predicting up to 15, so we're hoping that's the worst scenario. And the most important thing is, look, we've been through this before. We understand what needs to be done, and we'll do it as a community. It's the emotions of the people. If you're feeling stressful, please let us know. We're there to help.
Will this be as bad as what we saw in 2011?
No, it won't be as bad. That was 19.5 metres. We're only going to, the maximum here is 15 metres, but the emotions are running high. Don't forget we got a kick in the guts in 2011, and that was a big hit for our community. And to go back and do it again when people have just moved into their house is an emotional roller coaster ride. And, our young kids are virtually having flood nightmares. And today I was with a family where the young kid was, hanging onto his teddy bear because he didn't want to lose his teddy bear to the waters again like he did in 2011. So, it's affected that family, and once again they've got to go through the turmoil again, and we're hoping that tomorrow morning their house won't be flooded.
It's obviously very heartbreaking for those locals, isn't it?
Look, the whole community feels it. That's one thing about Ipswich. When one family is hurt, we're all hurt. We're all feeling the anguish of everybody. We just want this to be over, and we can get on with the cleaning and get everybody back to normal. This is a very hard time for our city, but we're a strong city. We're a tough city, and anybody that knows us, the floods will hurt our infrastructure, but they'll never hurt our pride.
And we were with some of those locals this morning as they began packing their bags, some of them preparing to lose their house for the second time in just 2 years. It's the nightmare scenario all over again.
I just don't know where to start, don't know where to finish, it's just...
Goodna residents who lost everything 2 years ago told their homes could again be in the firing line.
We could still see 100 or 200 homes flooded. People are panicking. They're very, very concerned. This is one of the most distressing times.
It was the same in North Buval, where water was already lapping at properties.
We don't want to wait to see how much higher it gets. Well, we can get out, we'll go.
Others were opening their homes to shelter people and possessions.
Scary.
Yeah,
it's terrifying. Yeah.
We just had to farm the dog out to friends and farm the kids out to other friends and just do whatever we can.
For some, the rising creeks were too much, making a break for the evacuation centre set up inside the showgrounds.
It was washing the road over to the road into the other creek, and I was scared that the car was going to go into the creek. So I just made it here.
The SES was inundated as hundreds of residents tried to prepare for the second time in 2 years.
Same places.
It was too much for Mayor Paul Pasali.
Here we go again. It's Groundhog Day. The emotions are really high.
Emergency SMS warned those in low-lying areas to get out. The Ipswich pound was also evacuated. Some animals had to be put down.
There was a lot of utes just bringing a lot of dogs over. We had a sheep on the run at the showgrounds.
The parkland at College's Crossing only reopened at Christmas. It's now swamped again. In 1 mile, the main road was cut. As the day wore on, the flood peak was revised even higher. 660 homes are likely to see floodwater as the peak hits tonight. Locals forced to watch and wait. Now, there are about 230 people in those 2 evacuation centres here in Ipswich. Obviously, that flood peak could hit within the hour here, and there certainly are a number of people expected to take their shelter in those evacuation centres tonight.
An anxious time ahead. Thank you, Ursula Hager there in Ipswich.